Here we go.
Well, hello there. How is everyone? You amazing, beautiful, wonderful people. It's Thursday, and this is video 2. You're looking absolutely amazing. How do you do it? Let me know, because man flu, mate. Man flu, still got it. Can't get rid of it. Was doing my head in. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about it. Not going to talk about it. Don't want anybody to do anything nice to make me feel better, like the video and subscribe, because only 40% do.
Lonely, I am so lonely.
Anyway, let's get straight into the meat and potatoes. If you didn't watch video 1, then you're a little bit on the back foot today, I have to tell you. Now, in the link, there will be a link in the pinned comment of this video that you do need to watch video 1. And I'd argue that you probably need to watch video 1 before you watch this video, because this video will make a lot more sense if you watch video 1. Because some things have happened. But what we'll do, very, very briefly, and I mean like a minute, we're just going to premise it, so at least if you don't want to click off the video for algorithm's sake and damage things algorithmically, you'll know where we are and what's actually going on. So, first of all, well, that's second of all. First of all, Liam Payne death probe accelerates as huge updates emerge from Argentina. Basically, this here is talking about the fact that this hearing went ahead. That was after the judge was trying to turn around and say, no, we can't do anything about this. That's in a nutshell. That's been overturned, and now they can. So now they can go after people. And it would seem that they're now looking to go after Brian, Rogelio, Roger Norres, and potentially the people in the hotel as well. That's who they're now looking to go after. Possibly even looking at manslaughter charges on people inside that hotel after the footage that was released showing them carrying Liam through the lobby at the Casa Sur Palermo. So that's that in a nutshell. Fuck, I can do things quite quick when I want to. Mrs. Harsh says that all the time. This is the one, TMZ. Friend says hotels to blame for death. Now, basically what this is talking about is Rogelio Norres now filing papers to try and distance himself from a situation that he is balls deep in. And what I find funny, and to put this again in a nutshell, let's not forget that Roger Norres had turned round previously and said 40 minutes before he was with Liam, and he could never have imagined that anything like this would have happened. He was flabbergasted by it. Can't believe it. I can't even believe it happened. Can't even believe it happened. And then we have this. Roger claims the hotel didn't effectively provide for Liam's safety. He says the hotel operations manager knew Liam was drunk and high, and says the hotel should have had a doctor present. And it gets worse. Check this out. What's more, Roger says the hotel knew Liam was on a bender for 3 days. 3 days! How did they know? Because I doubt Liam went up to the hotel manager and went, guess what I've been doing for 3 days, mate? I've been getting smashed off my noodle. Mate. 3 days. And then he tells Rogelio, I told it. Hello, Rog. It's Liam here, mate. Yeah, I spoke to the hotel operations manager and told him that I was on a 3-day bender. Not fucking likely, Roger. What I believe happened is Roger didn't want Liam around his house or anywhere because he had facilitated getting him fucked after Kate left and ditched him. Likely because she was fucking sick of Roger Norres being around. So, look, I have to say it, I'm not a great fan of Kate. I'm not a great fan of Kate. And it could be argued, if Kate truly loved Liam Payne, with all her fucking heart, loved him, was planning on marrying him, that is a fucking commitment. I've spoken about this in the past tonight. If she genuinely, and she brought it up post-death, we was looking to get married. So that is almost like she's saying, if this hadn't have happened, I would have moved forward and married this guy. That's what she's saying. She should have come out and said, I fucked off, mate. I fucked off because he was a disaster. And Rogelio Norres was facilitating it. She should have come out and said that. From the start. But she didn't. She left. She said she left because she had to go and check on her dog. Fuck knows where that dog is, because she's been in London now for, 6 weeks? Anyway, stick a pin in that. I think about 6 weeks, might be 4. No doubt people will pick up in the comments and say, no, you're wrong, ain't that long. Not that long. She ain't been there that long, she's been there a while. And bearing in mind that she didn't want to stay in Argentina for that long, wanting to get back because she wanted to see the dogs and stuff. She's in London going out on fucking meals. She's hanging about with Damien Hurley. Get a grip. Anyway, because I do want to be slightly on the fence with her. I'm still on the fence with her. I've not gone balls deep into how I feel about her just yet, because I understand that there's a difficulty involved when you're talking about someone who is not themselves. If Liam truly was getting back on the hard stuff, do you know what I mean? And that was being facilitated by this bloke. Because that's how this now looks. It looks like something was going on. Kate has done one. Because why leave that close to the completion of the entire reason they were there? Liam was about to embark on a journey across the world. He was selling the house near his son. He was moving away from his son to be with this girl. And the least she could have done was to see that process through to fruition, in my opinion. And for that not to be seen through, I don't believe that it was just wanting to get out of there. Do you know what I mean? There was something else going on. That's my opinion. And then Roger Norris. You've got Rogelio Norris, who right from the start had turned around and said that he couldn't have foreseen this happening. He left Liam with 15 people in the lobby, that they were fine. But then in this new paperwork he's filing, he is stating that the hotel knew that Liam had been on a bender for 3 days. 3 days. That is literally from the second Kate leaves. Kate leaves and he's on it. He's on it. So what does that prove to you? That proves to you that Roger Norris is not a good influence in Liam's life. If this is actual, if this is factual and factual, then Rogelio Norris is poison. He was poisonous. But if Kate truly loved Liam and she saw that poison, then in my personal opinion, leaving Liam in a foreign country with Rogelio Norris, she knew there was a potential for this to turn bad. So in the eyes of the law and this abandonment situation, could it be argued that his girlfriend, going to be wife, so this is a serious relationship where she had been with Liam for a long period of time, and seems to be alluding to the fact that she knew there was issues because she's got an issue with Roger. So what was the issue with Roger? What was the issue? Because if she knew that Rogelio Norris was facilitating the issues that Liam had and exacerbating them, then it could be argued that why were you still hanging about then? Why are you, Kate, hanging about with Liam in this situation where he's clearly a close friend with Roger? Roger is facilitating these bad things. You are seeing it. Or did you not see it? You didn't know. And if you didn't see it, then what was your problem with Roger? Or did you just have some thoughts and feelings? And if that was the case, then why not share it? Why not have that discussion? Did you have that discussion? Maybe we'll never know. But Rogelio Norris has thrown himself under the bus because, again, and I said this earlier, you can't in one breath turn around and say, well, I saw him 40 minutes before he died and he was fine, he was with 15 other people, and then turn around and say the hotel had a duty of care because they knew that Liam was in a state and had been in a state for 3 days. So in my personal opinion, who is to blame here? Who is responsible for Liam? Ultimately, Liam is responsible for Liam because he is an adult. But there is a grey area there because you can't be responsible for yourself when you're not in your right mind, because it becomes that broken, fractured mind that is running things, isn't it? And that's the issue here. So then once he gets into a situation, so I get this off the screen, once he gets into a situation where he's no longer in charge, then it is down to those around him, his family, his friends, his closest friends. Now, this is more of a moral dilemma, I guess, than a legal one. It just so happens that Argentina has these laws in terms of abandonment, which could be the caveat to all this. But the issue then comes with, is Kate, in terms of the legality inside of Argentina, is she just as much to blame in terms of abandonment as what Rogelio Norris is? That could be argued. Because if you want to completely sever Kate from any form of responsibility whatsoever, bearing in mind she was his girlfriend, partner, soon to get married, and potentially had prior knowledge of what was going on and the influence Rogelio Norris had on Liam, and I'm only guessing that was there, then, in my opinion, then she is as much to blame. So you can't have one without the other. But then you've got the hotel, who absolutely, undeniably did wrong, especially if, again, they had prior knowledge of what was going on. And then my question would be, well, if you knew that, why did you facilitate in having Liam in that hotel in the first place? That wasn't your responsibility to do that. At the first point that you knew there was an issue, you should have said, I'm sorry, Roger, but we can't have that here. Why did they allow Liam in that hotel in that state? But who is to blame? You let me know down below who you genuinely think to blame is. And I know there's going to be some people who turn around and say Liam's to blame, Liam done this. But I don't want you to forget that a broken mind is not capable of looking after themselves and making the decisions they made. Yes, ultimately, when you go way back to the beginning of where this all started, it's that decision to go down that route. Some people are strong enough to head in that direction, some people are not, and they head in that direction. And it seems that the one direction Liam was heading in, no pun intended, was disaster. But make no bones about it, that direction and that disaster was facilitated heavily by those around him. Because at any point, a truly loving person could have taken him out of that. It's just whether they have the patience, the stamina, and the desire to do it. But you have to ask yourself, who benefits from keeping Liam Payne in that state? Is there someone who benefits from Liam not being completely compos mentis? Let me know down below, and I'll catch you all tomorrow.